Welcome to this first video in what will be a series covering the development of my Unity game. I'm hoping to document most of the development process and release updates semi-regularly, at the very least once or twice a month. I first started with Unity back in the spring of 2016 and have since used it on and off. The very first Unity game that I worked on was an RTS game. I spent a couple of months during my first year at university working on this. Although that game is nowhere near finished, I learnt a lot about the Unity engine during that time. The inspiration for that game came from playing games like Mount & Blade Warband, Age of Empires, Stronghold and Men of War. The aim was to allow players to control a faction on a randomly generated island and to build their status. It would include typical elements of strategy games such as resource gathering, but would also weave in elements of an RPG by allowing the user to control individual units and to complete things like quests with them. However, this project was far too ambitious and would realistically not be finished to the level I would have liked it to be. Soon after, my second year at university started, followed by a summer internship and other commitments which left very little time for me to work on anything else. I picked Unity up again towards the end of my final year at university and decided to scale down my initially ambitious project to something much more realistic. Essentially what would be a tower defense style game with RTS elements and 4-player co-op. A decent amount of progress was made on the co-op side of things, using Unity's UNet and a C# wrapper for Steamworks that would allow up to 4 players to play together. After a couple of months of working on this, I was unable to give as much time to it as I would have liked due to other commitments, and so most of the work on this project stopped too, unfortunately. Wanting to still finish this game, I decided to scale this project down even further by removing all multiplayer functionality and co-op elements. And that's where we get to now. I have a rough idea for what I would like the game to be like. There will most likely be some sort of campaign with levels of increasing difficulty. In each level, the player can place structures such as barricades, walls and traps. I also want the player to be able to either place units or place structures which can spawn units. And this might even extend to resource gathering structures such as farms and quarries, which will require workers, although at the moment I'm not too sure about that sort of mechanic. The aim then during each level is to protect the keep at the center. Ultimately, however, a lot of the mechanics and specifics when it comes to how resources, units and structures will come into play will be fleshed out during the development of this project. What we have so far is some models and the characters able to move around in the world, which isn't that much yet. Hopefully, as time progresses, the game is going to be fleshed out more. Thank you for watching.